A surprisingly versatile tool that I use a lot to come up with ideas, NPC, plot points on the fly is tarot cards. So let me show you how you can use tarot cards to help you come up with stuff on the fly and improvise your game. First, you need a tarot deck. I'm using a Curse of Strahd Tarot deck because the imagery on these cards is fitting to the usual dark fantasy style that many of my games are set in. And I find this to be very evocative. But it's not like you are limited by the illustrations on the cards. More using this to get your own imagination going than strictly using what you get when drawing the deck. The general idea behind this is that you draw a few cards to get an idea. For example, I need an NPC my players meet in a town. An elementalist. Let's say he is a wizard. And a missionary. Let's say he is not a wizard, but now it's a druid, an elemental druid, and he is in the town to speak about his druidic religion. So we got a random NPC players can meet on the road. You can use this in a bit more structured manner. There is a number of ways you can do it, and I'm sure you can come up with your own. Let's, for example, create a villain. The first card we are drawing is what the villain appears to be. So the villain appears to be a traitor. Second card we're drawing is what the villain wants. He wants a rogue. That could mean he wants someone that is a rogue, maybe a love interest, maybe it's the debtor of him, maybe it's an enemy, maybe the trader is also a rogue and wants rogue stuff, wants to rob somebody, wants to get rich. Let's define this rogue further. This rogue is also a beggar. So maybe the trader who wants a rogue, the rogue is a beggar. Maybe the trader has an underground war going with the beggar king. Let's see what the underlying motive of the trader is. We are getting the marionette. That could mean that he is using a marionette. Maybe he wants to use the rogue, the beggar king, as a marionette for his machinations. Or the trader is the marionette of someone else. Let's define this marionette further. Guildmaster. Now it would be interesting to go this road. The trader is using the guildmaster as a marionette to get back at his enemy, the beggar king. Or maybe the trader who is at war with the beggar king is just a marionette of the guildmaster, making the guildmaster the real villain. So you can go on and on and on with this and always come up with new ideas. But you are not limited to just NPCs. Let's create an artifact, a magical item. Well, let's see what is the general makeup of something. We got the necromancer. It's an item that a necromancer would use. I see some candles and some skeletons on this. Let's say it is a human skull with a candle on it. What does this item do? Here we get the priest. So maybe it is actually a holy item from a dark necromantic god. Let's define this a bit further. Charlatan. Maybe it can create a kind of fake unlife. If you light the candle, the dead, the recently deceased, will appear to be alive. Let's say you have a skull. Let's say the candle is the artifact. You place the candle of the skull of a deceased, and it will invoke an image of how the person looked when the person used to be alive. Maybe you can even speak with them. But let's say the artifact has a drawback. It is cursed. What would be the curse of the artifact? Get the transmuter. So maybe the artifact changes the user, transmute it into something. Or maybe the problem is that the candle will burn down, and when it is burned out, maybe it can't be used again. Maybe it transforms the user. Maybe the user will become the next candle. Maybe we can elaborate on this. What is the transmuting curse? You get the artifact. Great. Let's say the user becomes the artifact if he uses the artifact too much, speaks to too many dead. The candle burns down. He will be transformed. He will become the artifact. Maybe he will become a skull himself. Or he will become the candle. There are ways to go about this. Let's say we want to create plot. I mean, plot kinda develops on its own if you have your players and your NPCs and they all want something and they do stuff to get what they want. That basically is what plot is. But let's say we want to come up with a plot. Tax collector. That could mean a tax collector or the act of tax collecting. Let's say this is the act of tax collecting, and there will be a tax collector collecting taxes. Okay. He will have a goal in mind that is further than tax collecting. He will have like a personal goal in mind that complicates the whole tax collection. We get the horseman. That could mean a literal horseman. Maybe the tax collector is riding around on a horse. Or we use the imagery. This would be the horseman of the apocalypse of death. Maybe the tax collector is escaping from death. Maybe the tax collector is escaping from death. Or maybe death is the tax collector. Death is collecting a tax. We've got something to work with here. Let's see. Who does death want to collect the tax from? We get a philanthropist. Okay, let's define this further. A monk, so a kind of religious figure. Shepherd. Let's say death wants to collect the text from the head of a monastery, the shepherd of his flock. Maybe he wants to get the monk himself, Or maybe because the monk is such a philanthropist, he has saved so many people from death, and now death wants his due. What will he do to get what he deserves? Warrior, also a horseman. Could be another horseman of the apocalypse. But let's say death will employ a warrior or his warriors to get his due, get the death that he deserves. Also get the Dark Lord, so maybe death will employ a Dark Lord and his entire army of warriors to lay siege to a monastery. And the healer. I don't know how that will fit in what I came up with so far. Another trick, if it doesn't fit what you came up with, feel free to discard it. Feel free to discard anything that you can't use in what you already have going in your head. This is a tool to get your own imagination going. It is not a method to slavishly follow. But as you can see, this was completely unscripted. Came up with all of this completely on the fly. This is a powerful method to give you ideas, to get your imagination going when you're stuck. Let's do one more. I like to use this for NPCs. This is how it works best for me. Let's say we need an ally for the PCs. So this will be an ally. An anarchist. So could be the leader of a rebellion, could be a Robin Hood kind of character. Something chaotic against the authority. What is his motive? A charlatan. Maybe he wants to expose a charlatan, or maybe he is a charlatan. And he is not really an anarchist. So what would be his secret agenda? A mercenary. So he is not really an anarchist, but a mercenary, and it's all a charade. But he is a friendly NPC. He's going to help the players, the PCs. Why is he helping them? The artifact. Maybe he wants an artifact. Maybe the players want an artifact. Maybe he wants to possess it, destroy it, or safeguard it. That would depend on what kind of players we have, the group of players. He has, of course, a major problem he needs solving. He has a quest to give out. That would be the broken one, the mad one. Let's define this character further. Why is he broken? The diviner. Maybe he got his fortune told, or maybe he is a diviner, and what he saw when divining the future broke him, made him mad. So the players, they need to help this diviner, helping through this madness. How could they do this? Get the rogue again. So there will be some trickery involved, probably. Got the trader again. I didn't shuffle the cards very well. Let's go something else. Innocent. I can work with this. Maybe he has divined the fate of an innocent. And the players have to avert this fate. What might this fate have been? Let's divine it ourselves. Torturer. The innocent is destined to be tortured. Who is this torturer? Torturer is a marionette himself. So who is using this torturer? The berserker. Maybe it's an orc, a barbarian, a powerful warlord. Someone that tortures without mind. And a ghost. A ghost is possessing someone, using it as a marionette to torture the innocent. Maybe the innocent is the torturer himself, is possessed by a ghost and is going towards a terrible death, and the diviner has seen that. And they must help this man. And once again, we've got another plot. So as you can see, this is a surprisingly versatile tool that can help you to get better at improvising. I hope this method might help you in preparing your game or coming up with stuff on the fly, on the spot. If so, let me know in the comments below what you came up with. Thanks for watching and goodbye.